Channel 13 News now at noon. The TowneBank Jazz Series is returning to the Sandler Center for the Performing Arts in Virginia Beach. And this season will feature a lineup of 6 new shows. Very excited about this. Here to tell us more, we have Marketing Director Michelle Jenkins. Michelle, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having us.
All kicking off next Thursday.
Next Thursday, April 20th. Yeah. That's our first show.
That's the first show. So let's talk about the Jazz Series and what people need to know. Maybe someone's never been before, they don't know much about it. What do they mainly need to know about the Jazz Series?
So the TowneBank Jazz Series, we have a new sponsor on board, TowneBank, this year. It used to be called the Miller Jazz Series. Okay. So if you've been before, you may know it by the Miller.
Okay.
It is held in our intimate Miller Studio Theater at the Sandler Center, which is a great space to see a show. They set up the band and they have cocktail tables and it's very ambient and lovely. So it's a great first come, first serve with tables. So if you get there really early, you can take your pick of wherever you want to sit. And it's just a really, really lovely place to see a show.
Yeah, I have to ask you, I'm visualizing this intimate setting, and can you kind of talk about just the difference between being in that main theater room and that intimate setting when we're talking about jazz?
Yeah, absolutely. So the main theater, we have 1,300 seats and it's very big and it's beautiful and it has great sound. But we have this smaller Miller Studio space, which is just open, and we fill it with cocktail tables. So it's like 120 people max, where you have really every seat is a great seat. You're right up front, and you get to experience that. And it's wonderful.
I love the vibes there. So again, we're kicking off April 20th, and I know there's a big name coming this year. You got to tell us more about this opening show and who's coming.
Yeah, so April 20th, we have the show is called I'll Take Manhattan, and it's featuring Janice Siegel of the Manhattan Transfer, which is very exciting. So our jazz series always is headlined by the John Toomey Trio, so we always have that same group of great jazz musicians that are local to here. But this year we're bringing in a couple big names, and Janice Siegel is one of the great jazz singers of our time. So.
Oh yeah, that's going to be phenomenal. And you mentioned the fact that even though Janice is coming in, there is so much talent when it comes to jazz and just music in general right here in Hampton Roads. And I feel like the Jazz Series has really put that on display over the years. So can you just talk about the homegrown talent that we have as well here?
Absolutely. Jimmy Masters curates this series, and he has for years, and he's truly one of the most wonderful musicians. He's an upright bass player, and he's really, really great. And John Toomey is, well known in the hood. So, he's fantastic. So we really are fortunate, and we've had a lot of singers in the past too who've joined the John Toomey Trio in singing on stage, and trumpet players and trombone players and saxophone players, and we get in all kinds of people who are local but are fantastic.
I feel like the lovers of music are like, oh, all the vibes that are going to be coming here soon, and more shows this year than in previous years, so that's very exciting as well.
It's true. We have 6 shows this year. We typically only have 4, so we'll start April 20th, and then it will be a show every Thursday from now through September, so you'll have lots of opportunities to experience the Jazz Series.
Okay, good deal. Well, tell people where they need to go to find out more information. They want to get tickets, whatever they need.
If you go to sandlercenter.org/jazz, you'll get all of the TowneBank Jazz Series information there. You can buy tickets at the Sandler Center box office or at Ticketmaster.com.
Awesome. And with the weather kind of warming up now, and even though it's an inside venue, it's just perfect time for live music and getting back to that. So fantastic. Michelle, thank you so much. Make sure you check out this Jazz Series. Starts next Thursday, April 20th. We'll be right back.